everyone, and happy Monday. It's Kimberly Beer here. Today we're going to be talking about keywords. This is about making your list and checking it twice. If you haven't already made a keyword list, this is going to be a great and beneficial exercise for you. If you have already made a keyword list, this is your opportunity to go back and do a little bit of refinement. Go back and do this exercise again and see, particularly if it's been a little while since you made your keyword list. Now, I have to give a shout out to my friend Matthew Manishi from Oklahoma. He is the one who introduced me to this formula, and I gave a little bit of a Kim twist to it, but I really appreciate him for doing that. He is part of a company called Skynet Solutions, and yes, that is the Terminator company, but trust me, they're safe and they're great. So if you're in the Oklahoma area, be sure to look up Matthew Manishi and see if there's something that he can do for your business as well. So big shout out to Matthew. All right, let's get rolling. So what we're going to do today is we're going to develop a keyword list. You're going to need a few things for this exercise. You're going to need a legal pad or a notebook, a pen and a highlighter, because we're going to use both. And then you're going to need some friends and customers who are willing to play along with you and give you a little bit of feedback. So the very first step we're going to do is we're going to write a list of the phrases and words your clients, now that's a very important designation, will use to find your business. In this list, and I want you to write pages of this list. I want you to avoid industry jargon. I want you to keep the fact that people are going to be searching for this in mind. I also want you to think in phrases as well as single words. And here's where those friends and customers come in. We want you to ask them what they would do to search for your company. What words and phrases would they use to search for your organization? You also should show your list to a few select people. It doesn't have to be the entire world because it'll get really cumbersome. And ask them if they think you've missed anything, or if there's anything that they would like to add to the list as you're making your keyword list. Now, this list can include phrases like, if I were to make a list for my photography business, I would definitely, now I'm a horse photographer, as most of you know, and those of you who haven't met me don't know that, but I am an equine photographer as well. And I use my photography business a lot in examples because it works really well because I have to think about it anyway. So as a photographer, I would want to use the words horse photographer, Adrian, Missouri, horse photographer, reining horse photographer, because reining is a discipline within the equine industry if you don't know what that is. I might pick specific breeds that I work with. I work with a lot of horse coaches, so I might do horse coach photographer. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm just picking words that my clients would put into a Google search to find me. That's what you want to concentrate on. So another example here would be a plumber. A plumber might put in emergency plumbing. They might also put in something about leaky toilets, or sometimes leaky toilets are going to lead to a DIY person, but you might also use something else about broken pipes or repairing broken pipes along those lines. You get the idea. Those are two examples for you. Okay, step 2. We're going to go back over this list. And by the way, the list should take you a couple of days to write. I really recommend writing it over a week's period of time. Once you've done it, go back with your highlighter this time, and that's why we're using a legal pad or a notebook, so everything's kind of attached together. Go back and highlight the words you see in the list that are the most prominent. When you're highlighting these words, I want you to keep in mind to choose the words that will most likely result in clients giving you money. So Matthew uses the example of a plumber, and I'll use that as well. So in our original set of keywords, leaky toilet, fixing a leaky toilet, that would be a phrase. That probably would lead to somebody who wants to DIY their plumbing. Emergency plumber, Adrian, Missouri, or plumber Adrian, Missouri, would most likely highlight someone who's looking to actually hire a plumber. So that's step 2. Pick out those words that are the most likely to result in a client giving you money. Now, from that list of highlighted words, go back through them again and look at the top 20, the ones that you think are the best representations of what people are going to search for. Get a clean piece of paper and write them, or type them into a Word document. I like technology. I don't like to have to repeat things, and I like Word documents because I like cut and paste. So you can use a Word document, or you can rewrite it on a clean piece of paper. Now go back to your descriptions. So the next step of this is to go to your descriptions. Your descriptions of your business on Facebook, your descriptions of your business on your website, and use 2 or 3 of those 20 words in those descriptions. And then pick 2 or 3 of them. They're not the same ones over and over again. You're just going to grab 2 or 3 from the list of 20. And every time you write a new description, or you place an online ad, or you write a blog post, or you add content to your social media or website, you're going to repeat that process of pulling 2 or 3 of those words out to use. What this is going to do is what basically you're doing is you are training the search engines to associate those words with your business. And when someone goes and searches for those words and phrases, you are going to have built up a reputation for those specific keywords and phrases, and your website will return higher in the Google search list. It will also become where it is returned when your customers are putting in keywords and phrases that are going to directly relate into you making a conversion. So your challenge for this week is to get out there and develop a keyword list. Please take this exercise very seriously, because although it seems super small and really insignificant maybe, it will be one of the things that really changes your business for the better. Thank you, and get out there and make it happen.